Hello. I'm going to take a minute to go over some functionality added in our Vicinity 4.55 release, which is our June 2026 release. Specifically, this one goes around scheduling and being able to see more information on the schedule and on the calendar. Let me kind of talk you through that. I'm going to go into production planning setup. And specifically, I want to draw our attention down to the bottom left area. We have, we've always, when we MRP regenerates, if it finds a shortage, it creates a planned order. And then somebody can manually go and change that planned order to a firm planned order. And then they would typically convert that planned order to a batch ticket, which would be a planned batch ticket or firm planned, and then released before anything can happen on the batch, like consume raw material, put finished goods on hand. That's generally the workflow of a production document from MRP through production. What we did is we added these color selectors or colors for each one of these types of records. So you can come in and pick any color that you want to. We went ahead and preloaded a light to dark kind of model. You'll see that in the schedule and on the calendar as well. So just know that these have been added. The defaults will be here in this color combination, but you can come in and really pick any colors that you want to, including picking it from the color wheel. So that's the setup of it. Now, where it comes into play is in production scheduling in either the calendar or the schedule. I'm going to go ahead and look at the schedule first. And on the schedule for a long time, we've had batch types. A lot of people plan using their batch types. They are able to see the different types of products being manufactured. For example, in this scenario, I guess come down in here. Good. We can see different batch types being made. Looks like I've got some packaging, whatever that is, through some water-based formulas, back into packaging. I switch back over to water-based. That's really good to kind of see the batch types and the type of products you're making. We did have a client that requested that we be able to control the colors by the stage of production. So in this release, we've now added the stages into this view. At this moment, it's either batch types or stages. That was really the requirement that we had. So in this case, you can pick out which are batch tickets or which need to be converted. So for example, these couple are batch tickets. These are waiting either planned or firm planned orders, as well as we've got a planned order out there. Where this can become helpful is in a scenario like this where I've got a batch ticket, in specifically a released batch ticket, but I've also got a planned batch ticket. There's actually a firm planned order that is needing to be made now, but I haven't converted it to a batch. So it's an easy way for me to see that. My thought as we move forward is this will also be able to show color codes, but probably gradient for the different stages. So you could use batch types and stages simultaneously. At this point, it's just back and forth between a batch type and stages, met their client requirement, and we'll work in a more broader use in a future release. So that's really all you need to do is go set up those colors in the setup, the planning setup, and you'll have it on the schedule automatically, and it will also be on the calendar. It can be pretty self-explanatory. Once calendar comes up, you see we've got our checkboxes here, same idea. Get to a time period where I've actually got some scheduling. There we go. So this is now in batch types, and then this is in stages. So we hope that helps. This is a great example of a client coming to us and saying, here's something that would really help us out. We're able to add it into the release. Anyway, hope you find some benefit in this. If you see something we can do to help you out, please let us know. Thanks a lot and have a great day.